Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your co-host, Coach Ken Canion, a.k.a. the doctor, a.k.a. the professor, alongside my pink co-host.
Pink?
You got, what's up, pretty and pink?
What it do?
What it do?
Happy New Year to you.
I know.
Can you believe it is 2025?
Wow.
I remember as a kid looking at the 2000s, wondering if I would make it because it just seemed like
so far
away. And here we are.
I remember when it was
living like the Jetsons.
Remember, it was like 88, and I was thinking 2000. I wasn't even thinking about 2000. 88, I was just macking. You know what? Like with Tupac. Let me think. With Tupac out there, yeah. No. It was Midnight Star, because Midnight Star.
That's elite. Tupac, Midnight
Atlantic Star. No parking, baby. No parking on. It was like 85, 84. No parking on our dance floor.
That wasn't my music.
Yeah. You for real? What about SOS Band? Tell me.
I like it now because I've been listening to it for 30 years.
All right. Welcome, y'all.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you. Happy New Year. We're back at it. And tonight we're going to talk about self. You know how people make New Year's resolutions? Mm-hmm. And I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
I don't either. I stopped making resolutions many years ago.
Yeah, I believe that people make New Year's resolutions to make them feel better about the things they didn't do the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Or the things that, and so what I believe in is we make goals that we pursue.
Or commitments.
Or commitments. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Commitments that we pursue. All right. And so tonight, though, we're going to talk about if you're in a place and you know you want your life to be better than it was. And, you know, I always tell people, you ever had something haunt you, like a dream, something you want to do? It's the thing that you think about when nobody's around. It's the thing that you try to put down out of your mind, but when you're driving, it just pops up. You know you're supposed to be going back to school. You know you're supposed to pursue that acting career. Mm-hmm. You know you're supposed to be blank. Boom, boom, boom. You know you're supposed to, get healthy. You know you're supposed to do whatever it is you're supposed to do.
Whatever that thing is.
It is the thing that God is speaking to you. And I don't know where we're going with this today, but I want to tell you something. Do you know why God gives us imagination?
Why is that?
Why he gave man imagination? Because I believe that God allows us a glimpse into how he sees us. Mm-hmm. And imagination is simply a preview of coming attractions. Mm. And so when you saw yourself being a comedian, and you've been a comedian for many years now,
I have.
And you make people laugh. Mm-hmm. When I saw myself, I imagined myself being on a TV show. Mm-hmm. Boom.
I remember one time you told me, you said, I was in the midst of you telling me that I was really insecure. But you said,
okay, she just nutted up the whole joint.
But you told me then, and you said, one day I'm going to work with a lot of women. You're going to have to get your shit together, Net. Do you remember that?
I kind of, but I don't believe I said it like that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I don't believe I said it. Why you got to be like I did this?
Because you did.
I do this sometimes.
I know.
I do this sometimes.
That's how I know it was, yeah.
Okay.
But you were right. I was, when you're in the midst of something, you don't see what somebody see or say.
I mean, but it was you.
It was
I did
true.
A few things long time ago that might have made you say, if you work with women, how in the hell you gonna work with women?
This was like, we weren't even, it's just something that came out during a discussion.
For real?
Yeah. And so
I be just saying stuff.
But it was, it came to pass. Yeah.
Super duper profound.
And so tonight we want to talk about setting goals or making commitments throughout the year. But before we do that, we want to hear from our sponsor.
We're going to be having new sponsors on the show too, because people have been reaching out to us to be a sponsor on the show. But for now, Listen, the show is sponsored by the Relationship Academy.co. The Relationship Academy.co. Now listen, y'all. You know what? When you want to just, you want to be in a relationship, you got to learn how to be in a relationship. You ever notice how people want to be in a relationship, but they don't really know how?
Mm-hmm.
They just know how to be toxic sometimes.
Let me ask you this right here. And this is, I don't want to get off our subject, but you said they don't know how to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Do you have to learn with each person how to be in that relationship, or is it one size fit all?
No, you have to learn how to be in. But see, when I tell you to learn how,
Mm-hmm.
so what I mean by learn how to be in a relationship, learn how you need to show up.
Oh.
How you need to show up.
Okay.
And so it's not about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can learn about attachment styles, conflict resolution, but the question is, and that leads us into our point tonight,
Mm-hmm.
self. How do you show up yourself?
Mm.
How do you show up? How do you communicate? How do you show up in terms of attachment styles? All of those things, how do you show up? And so tonight, I want to talk about self. Because the truth is that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The one you have with yourself. Because the one, and I'm going to give you the ways you see yourself. I'm going to break down what happens to us when we see ourselves a certain way. But you had said on a recent podcast
Mm-hmm.
that I had to love myself more than I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
Self.
So.
I had to love myself. And how did you come to because you wrote a book. I wrote a book
Mm-hmm.
about self.
Self and loving yourself. How did I come to that?
The realization that self was that important.
Wow. It's been so many years ago. I can't say how I came to that then, but now, I'll say that if I don't take out time just for me, it's like I had a moment today where I felt like the world was crashing in on me, but I think it's because I've been giving and pouring into so many, and I would do it again, the situations, but I've been pouring into other people, but I have forgotten to pour into me in the process. And so I'm empty. And so it's like you become dry. It's like, that was a bad dry.
She over there dry heaving and damn. I mean, we on a deep subject. She to my, a dry heave.
But I was, you become empty when you don't fill up with yourself with love and care and even, forgiveness and understanding. You have to do all of that for yourself. When you don't, you are dry, you're depleted, and that's, I think that's important to realize. And I didn't recognize that's where I was earlier today. But I think it's important, like if you pour into yourself or when you begin to pour into yourself, it's like when you start drinking a lot of water and you go a day without water, you know that that's what you need, water, and nothing quenches your thirst like water.
Probably because you stopped peeing as much. That's how you know you need water. I mean, I just had to lighten up the subject a little bit. Okay, I get it. Poor.
He took my deep moment and flushed it.
Hey,
but that's, I think it's very, very important. I didn't realize that now. Then I realize it now. I didn't realize that that's what it was, though.
Okay, so tonight let's talk about what people need to do to care for self.
Okay,
this is a new year, and so allow me to give you. I call it the self profile.
Okay,
and when I created it because I wanted people to know the process that they should go through in terms of self. And I'm on the self profile too. Okay. So I wrote it down for everybody. Let me read it. And I wrote it in a book. Okay. And I said, the first thing that we have to do. And so everybody who's listening to me, go ahead, baby.
You said you wrote this in a book?
Yeah.
So what book could they find this?
It's coming out.
Okay.
It's coming out.
Okay.
So you're jumping ahead of yourself.
I'm sorry.
You're jumping ahead of yourself. All right. But the first thing I said, you have to be willing to self-reflect. Self-reflect is looking back at how you arrived here.
And it's not always a bad thing.
No, not always a bad thing. It's a consciousness thing.
Oh, I like that.
How many people are operating unconsciously? See, when you self-reflect, you know why people don't like to self-reflect on that? It's because when you self-reflect, I got to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly about myself.
You gotta hold yourself, and you should hold yourself accountable. But that's so good.
And so when I look at self-reflect, I get to look at the behaviors, my emotional intelligence or lack thereof. I get to look at, okay, who I've been in relationships, how I've shown up in relationships, and how I've taken care of myself in the past or not.
Or
like you said, me pouring into other people. I'm reflecting on, wow, this is how I arrived here. Then the second part of it is once you self-reflect, you become self-aware. So self-awareness simply means that now I am aware emotionally, mentally, physically, the things that are affecting me, what I'm doing to myself or not doing, what I'm doing for myself or not doing. But I'm aware. Meaning awareness simply means that I am consciously, cognitively aware of everything that's going on, of why I got here and what I'm aware of the effect it's had on me.
I like that.
Now, you're becoming today, you reflected on what you did. Now I'm just going to show you.
Yeah.
Today was your awareness. Oh, I am conscious of knowing that I came here, I'm feeling this way because I've been pointing to others. You were self-aware because you begin looking at, and you and I had a talk this morning about how you were feeling. And I wanted you to be able to explore that. And then now.
I love it when you go from husband to coach, because you flipped coach on me today. You were my coach today. You know, and well, no, let me not say I love it, because I don't. It's
I was about to say you don't always love it.
It's not received well all the time, but today was perfect.
I did. I slapped you on the butt and like, get in the game. I literally
did. You allowed me to be in my moment.
Sure.
You didn't allow me to stay in my moment, and you checked in on me and said, okay, now, you let me have my moment, but you called back and you said, now you have a decision to make. You have a choice to make, rather. You either stay here or you get out. It's there for you when you're ready to get out, but you have to make that choice. I appreciate that today, Coach Canion.
Thank you. No, but sometimes, we're in our darkest place and we need somebody, because a lot of people around us just want to make us feel good. And sometimes feeling good keeps us, when I say feel good or stay in a place that is not good for us, sometimes feeling good ain't good for us.
That is
sometimes we got to feel uncomfortable.
That's right.
Sometimes we got to feel fucked up to move. I'm sorry. But the third thing is, after you become self-aware, then you begin to create a new concept of yourself, your self-concept.
How do you do that?
So now, so let me tell you what your self-concept is. Your self-concept is the picture you have of yourself. So I always tell people, the brain thinks in pictures. It doesn't think in words. So I have a self-concept. So here's the way it works. The way it works is I have a picture of myself, right? Then I attach emotion to that picture. Okay? Once I attach emotion to that picture, which is called self-esteem. I have a picture of myself, I attach emotion, self-esteem. Now that's my self-esteem. Now that self-esteem makes me have a self-concept, a picture, how I feel about this picture. All of that is my self-concept. Now, that actually changes when I'm becoming self-aware. Okay. But when we have a self-concept. Now, but this is the thing. This is the cool thing. The fourth step is after the self-concept, after I develop my self-concept, is self-acceptance.
That
either I accept myself
is
or I don't.
probably one of the hardest things. And I'm gonna step out and say for women, I don't know if it's hard for men to do, but it is so hard for us to accept and to love ourselves. Now a lot of us arrived there, but to just accept ourselves and love ourselves as we are. I'm not talking about, desiring to be a better person. I'm saying as you are, you say come as you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we accept ourselves as we are.
Yeah. And the key here is it's like me. Think about me. I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, everything, but I accept who I am. I accept the good, the bad, the ugly. I try to change what
I am who I am.
But a lot of people won't accept that they won't accept who they are. Now, does that mean does that mean we don't try to be better? No.
Right.
It simply means, okay, I accept who I am. And I accept that, yes, there are things about me that I need to change. There are things I like about me that I'm not going to change.
Right.
But I accept everything about me. Some people don't accept themselves. See, now this is the deep part. We expect other people to accept us, even though we're even though we're unwilling to accept us. We're unwilling to accept who we are, but we want somebody else to accept us.
That's crazy.
No, it's crazy.
No, I'm when you put it like that, that's crazy. I don't think we look at it like that. I don't think we sit down and say, I don't accept me. We will look past or around what I looked past or beyond what I didn't like about myself. And I just slid it under the rug, and just hope nobody noticed it. And so I don't think people do that on purpose. I didn't. There was so many things that some things I didn't like, some things were okay, a lot of things I hated about myself.
Right.
But if I could become this person, then nobody would know that I have all of these issues.
And that's what people try to do.
Yeah.
I don't hide my imperfections. If you know me, when I stopped cursing so much. I stopped because I felt like it was an imperfection because I wanted to be better because some people would miss my message because of the messenger.
Right.
But I decided to do that.
I'm about to start crying again.
Why are you about to cry this time? Tell me why you crying this time.
Because it is so like I don't ever want to take for granted that I'm able to be myself in this place. Like with you, I don't have to, even the bad things, I can be my naked, true self in this relationship. Whether I have to put on in the streets or not, I can be in my home and be me. And not everybody has that testimony. And I just, you talking about being you, your authentic self. I can be that here.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. Dang, man.
I ain't mean to make you, I ain't mean to make you start,
like everybody, that's something. It's not that we take it for granted, but everybody doesn't get that luxury in their own home.
That's true.
Everybody doesn't get to be them. They don't get to be themselves.
That's true. But the thing that comes after self-acceptance.
What's that?
Only when you accept yourself can you move to self-love. Oh. Self-love. That's good. And self-love ain't even the last stage. Self-love is the stage before the last stage.
Oh, wow.
Because self-love says that I am okay. And I love me for being who I am. I accept my good, my bad, my ugly. I accept all of that. So now I can love that. Because if I don't accept myself, I can't love myself.
It takes a lot to get there when...
Sure, it's a journey.
What is... Dang, man.
I ain't know you going to beat up. I ain't know you going to start beating up.
What is one thing that people can do this new year? Just one thing towards self-love.
Okay. I can give you a multitude of things.
Nigga, I asked for one. No.
Okay. All right. The one thing that I would tell people to do, one thing.
Yeah.
Plan out. I mean, every week I'm going to spend 1 hour with myself. That's one thing. If that's just me watching a movie and nobody can bother me during that time, 1 hour, take yourself to the movie. I don't care what it is, just 1 hour. 1 hour a week. 1 hour is devoted to me.
That's so good. That's so good. So that's I like that.
That's just one thing.
1 hour is not a lot.
Yeah, just 1 hour.
But it is enough for
because during that 1 hour, you know what I can do? I begin to realize that it's okay to be with me.
Do my affirmations.
Yeah, do my affirmations. Yeah, it's okay to be with me. You know, it's just okay.
I like that.
And so, but I want to get to the last stage.
Okay.
The last stage is self-transcendence. Self-transcendence is when you transcend to become someone new. When you evolve to be a better version of yourself. You know how they take the iPhone, right? And they used to have iPhone 2, 3, 4, whatever. Now what are they on, 16?
Mm-hmm.
Every iteration is a better version of the former thing. And so for me, every time I do something, I learn something. When I grow, I want to be a better version of the original thing.
And it's not saying that the original version wasn't good.
No, it's simply saying that I'm evolving. I want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father, be a better grandfather. I want to be better, a better friend, a better leader in the company. You know, I want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And so being better means sometimes I got to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Being better means sometimes a lot of stuff that I do, I don't really want to do, but I do it because it's like working out. I don't want to work out every day, but I do it because it's going to make me better. And that's what transcendence is, the evolution of us becoming. See, God ain't concerned about what we have.
Mm-hmm.
God is concerned about who we become.
Oh, that's so good.
He will give you. And so what people worry about getting,
mm-hmm.
and God ain't going to give you anything that doesn't help you become a better person.
Mm.
He's not. Now, you might have got it on your own.
Right.
You might have got it, but then you struggled to keep it. And then in all of that, God says, no. God will never give you anything that makes him irrelevant. And he will never give you anything that doesn't help you become the person who he designed you to become.
I like that.
That's it.
That's all.
That's it. Hey, we didn't want to stay long. I just wanted to tell people that the most important relationship you will have is the one you have with yourself.
That's so good.
And I think that's it. I mean, we ain't got to read the game or anything tonight. I just wanted to be about them. Not about a relationship game, not about anything. We're going to do that next time. And for those of you who want to work on yourself, the sponsor for the show is the Relationship Academy. And so in the Academy, we help people to become. Not only because if you become a better version of yourself, you will find the relationship you want. You will. It happens all day long in the Relationship Academy. And if you're interested in the Relationship Academy, go to therelationshipacademy.co and welcome. And I will show you, my coaches will show you how to become that better version of yourself. What do you want to leave them with now?
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for joining us on yet in this new year. And it is never too late to put yourself first. I just want to say that. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are, where you are in a relationship, parent, what, it is never too late to start again.
I love it.
And make you number one.
What she said.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight on yet another Thursday night. I hope you guys had a very, very, very happy, safe, enjoyable New Year's Eve. And we are the Grand Canions. You want to leave them with something?
You did it.
I did it.
I said what she said.
Okay, what she said. Y'all, we're the Grand Canions. Happy New Year. We are.